to the Daily Spell. I am Reverend Mary Hawk, and with me tonight is Reverend Stephanie Neal. Thank you so much for joining me tonight, Reverend Stephanie.
I'm so excited to be with you, Mary Hawk.
Okay, and as I probably most of you know, uh, Reverend Stephanie has been the first priestess of the Correllian tradition for about 8 years now, but she has recently been elevated to Chancellor. So, congratulations on your elevation to Chancellor.
Well, thank you. That's so kind of you.
And hello, Bradley. Nice to have you join us this evening. And we are all so used to saying Reverend Don Lewis, first priest and chancellor of the tradition. Can you explain a little bit about what it is that you do in the role of chancellor?
Well, right now, every day is a learning experience as I'm going through and looking at everything. The official one, the partly the official definition is I have it pulled up right now so I can make sure that it's said exactly right. The office of chancellor must be filled. Okay, well that's kind of boring. Let me see here. The chief executive officer of the Correllian Tradition is the chancellor. The chancellor is responsible for the day-to-day running of the tradition, the administration of all records and legal matters. The chancellor is the deputy of and represents the interests of the leadership of the Correllian tradition in all things. The chancellor is the principal authority in and the final court of appeals for all matters relating to the administration of the tradition. And there's two more long paragraphs here. So you can find this on Correllian.com and you can read it for yourself. And all I can say after reading that, it sounds like I'm going to be exhausted. But all I can say is I promise to do my very best that I can. I will give it my whole heart. And yeah.
And we know you are going to do a great job, Reverend Steph. And we want to say hello to Arlene and to Mary. Thank you for joining us. So basically, you're kind of the CEO of the tradition now.
Well, apparently, yeah. I am still going to approach everyone that how I've always approached everyone. Well, see, first of all, I recognized all these years I've been a Correllian and the years that I have been in leadership, that the the members within this tradition and the leaders within this tradition are phenomenal. They are such hard workers, diligent, and talk about skill. It's it's just amazing. And so when some folks once in a blue moon will have like a little bit of a doubt, like, well, is this tradition strong? Oh my goodness, absolutely. It's strong because the people are strong. It's strong because the leadership is compassionate and loving and strong and talented too. But I'm always blown away by the membership, and they have always been wonderful to me, and I see how they are to each other. And so we really are, this tradition really is, though it might sound a little sappy, but it really is based on love. It really is based on family. So, and that shows up in so many different ways. So, yeah.
It really does. And I want to say hello to everyone in chat. Hello to our friend with a Greek name, and I do not read Greek. I'm so sorry. Hello, Ardelia May and Cardware and Atalanta. We're so glad you've all joined us. Uh, And speaking of our tradition, could you tell us how you came to join the Correllian tradition?
That's a good question. I, Essentially, one day I was talking to this friend when we were living uh, in uh, in New Jersey, northern New Jersey. That my husband and I were working in New York City, and we lived out in the country in New Jersey. So this one person I was talking to, her name was is Chris, and she said, we're just having a conversation, a metaphysical conversation, and swapping stories about cool meditations and cool, waters and potions, and just having fun. And then the more we talked, she just stopped me and said, "You know what? I know a place that you would fit in perfectly because you sound an awful like a Correllian." I said, "A Correllian? You're talking about Star Wars? All right, I'm up for it." And she said, "Well, no, I'm not talking about Star Wars." Oh, okay, all right. But she said, "Check that out." And it's check out Witch School. And I said, "Well, that sounds so cool." Yes. So that day I jumped on the computer, very easily found Witch School and the Correllian Tradition, signed up, uh, received a mentor, and I was off to the races and never looked back. It was the most thrilling and still the most thrilling part of my life, being a Correllian.
Well, thank you so much for sharing that with us. And can you tell us some of the things? I know you're responsible for the sea priestess and sea priest path within the tradition.
Yes,
Can you tell us about that?
oh, sure. The Sea Priestess tradition, I found it within the tradition because I could see how, uh, well, I guess I was hoping that there were people that would enjoy learning about a sea priestess. And it's most of it, it really is about untraining, looking at things from a new perspective, a fresh perspective. And I was surprised that there were so many people that said, "Yes, I would be very interested." So then I got to work and just started hammering out everything that was taught to me. Uh, I started learning about being a sea priestess by two root women. I was 12 and was under them from 12 to 18 years old. Then I was initiated as a sea priestess. And then they told me that I would be over a tradition when I was of old age. Well, I'm 72 now, and look, so they were apparently right. So that's real. That,
All right.
I,
That is,
isn't that something? Oh, it looks like the chat's
yeah.
going crazy. All right.
Yes, we have a little issue in the chat list, and I accidentally clicked show it when I meant to click block. I really do apologize.
That's okay. I mean, it's just another kind of language here with lots of dots.
Yes,
Yes,
I
right.
don't read machine language either.
No.
Good evening, Janet. Thank you for joining us.
Oh, by the way, I'm wearing a hat in honor of Mary Hawk. So that this, I wanted us to match. Okay, so yeah. Um,
So I was explaining to Reverend Stephanie that it's my on camera persona. I always wear a hat when I am on cam.
yes, yes. So
So
here we are, looking.
here we are, and she's nice and sparkly too, I might add.
So and then I have I founded the Discovery Tarot Path, and that's through the Indigo Door, run by Lord Mike Neal, and everyone loves him. They It's a really nice group in there, and I once in a while will pop in and just see what people are saying about different tarot cards, because I am a lover of tarot cards. I've written one book about it. I am almost finished with my second book about tarot cards. I am a avid collector of tarot cards. I have every single thing that uh, Lord Don Lewis has ever done related to tarot cards. So and people really, first of all, like always, people will walk into the Discovery Tarot card, the tarot path, and it turns out they they know how to read those cards, and it's sometimes I'm saying, well, can I use your notes? Because how you described it was so much more effective and more meaningful than I ever could do. So I recognize that just they walk in already very equipped and knowledgeable about the meanings of the symbols within the cards. So that I love that group. Well, I love all the groups, but that was and that, it's like I said, it's a really nice, enjoyable. And then there's the World Walkers. Now I did not found that. Lady Crystal Correll founded that, and the first few years she did all the teaching, and then a few years we both wrote lessons together, and then after that she decided to retire in office and asked me to take over the World Walkers, and it's just go. Anyone wants to join? Well, I guess they can't join now because we're just finished with the group, our new group, and then it goes through months and months before we then take on another group. But you can go in the waiting room. I know it's set up that way too. But essentially, we have like around 60. Lady Elizabeth Hamilton would know the exact number, and she keeps up with all uh, the record keeping. I read the assignments, I grade them, and then I pass the grade to Elizabeth, Lady Elizabeth, and then she will plug them in. So, and everyone, once again, it seems like they're really enjoying the exercise. And most of the exercises are meditations that I'm approaching meditation, trying to approach it in several different directions so that they see that there's many ways to meditate and there's many benefits to meditate, and I'm mostly focusing in right now all the meditations that can open up a person's psychic awareness, because I know that is a super hot topic right now. And so I thought, well, let me just focus in on that first. And so that's what my focus right now is, that showing people that they already are psychic. They already have this skill. It's just a matter of brushing off the dust and using it. And the more they use it, they see, oh, well, I do already have it. So many times when I just say that to people, they just like, oh, I already have it. Well, let's go. And I think that really causes a spark within them to just really take off, and they do. And let's see, the Correllian Shaman, that is
Regarding the World Walkers, excuse
yeah.
me, Lady
No,
Stephanie, I just want to add that Aradia May says she's in World Walker training and just has to get her assignments done. And Jessie H says she loves the World Walkers group. And Janet Gann says, good full moon wishes to all. Judy Pippin says, what does your group do? And I think we're going to have to say which group, Judy.
Thank you, everyone, for those kind words. So, and then we have Correllian Shaman, and each of these groups, most of them, are also taught by Spanish-speaking people, and the text like for example, World Walkers, because that's and also the other most of the groups do the same. That we have a person that translate it from English to Spanish, and that is done by really a team that is run by Lord DJ, and he's once again one of these amazing leaders within the tradition. But he heads all of that, and he's connected also to the Correllian Times. Everybody knows about the Correllian Times, that amazing paper, e-zine that is put out by once again a very large, skillful team, by Stacy Blair. Let's see, but yeah. So, and I'm happy to. I've always enjoyed that when knowing that the Spanish speaking community and the English speaking community is getting the information at the same time. Example: today is the first Tuesday of the month. First Tuesday of the month, I present a verbal meditation on Blog Talk Radio, and then I record it, and then the first Tuesday of every month in the World Walkers, I will, and it's just short. Most of them are short meditations. Then I plug them in, like I just plugged mine in a couple hours ago. As soon as I plug that in, there is another person that already has that written in Spanish, and then that immediately goes in afterwards. There's a couple deaf people that are part of the World Walkers. Then also a text in English goes out. And then if people are interested in the Spanish text, that goes out. So all this coordination that happens throughout the month, just related.
That is wonderful.
Yeah, I know. Isn't that exciting? So yeah, that's yeah. I am just so thrilled. But and once again, it's. I realized decades ago that if I have worked with other people and allow them and allow myself to appreciate each other, enjoy each other, connect with each other, have fun with each other, that just creates a I even hate to use the word work because it's so much fun. I mean, when you're talking about tarot, when you're talking about meditation, like, come on, it's fun. That atmosphere is contagious, and in that, work should be. And once again, I don't like that word work because that joy is moved about, and then the members. That it's catchy, it's contagious. So, and then of course they bring in their thoughts about a card or about a meditation, and then that's shared, and everyone learns from everyone else.
Very true. We've got a couple of more comments in chat here. Aradea May wants to know, how does it feel to be Chancellor? Are you settling into the role okay? I know it's got to be heavy, but a beautiful sacred mantle.
Oh, how sweet. I love, boy. Sounds like she's a writer.
It does.
Yes, like very. I think I'm settling into it quite nicely. And yes, right now I'm in the mode of just touching base with everything, exploring everything, making sure that I have all the information that I need so that sound decisions can be made, and that Lord Don has created this beautiful tradition, and he has created such a, not only just the firm foundations, but a well-developed worldwide religion. And I always want to respect that and build upon what he has already, created all these many years. So I will forever be thankful for Chancellor. I'm calling him Chancellor again. It's hard to get. It's hard to because I would always used to always call him not Lord Don. I would always say Chancellor Don. So I'm always correcting myself. Like, okay, Lord Don, Lord Don, and he usually just laughs. And I go, that's fine, that's fine. And I am touching base with as many people as I can, and then there's people that are doing the same, communicating with me, and with I mean the support and the love and the encouragement, and it's this tradition is. You think it was good before? Watch out, because I enjoy making sure that all the workers are visible, because I think that's important. That everyone should have the opportunity as often as possible to show their talents to the whole tradition, so that everybody can get to know everybody. And it might take a little time to figure out how we're going to do that, so that people can be uh, presented. Right now, I'm starting with the elders, encouraging them that people want to hear you. People want to hear your opinion, your wise words, your counsel. Everyone loves all of you, so let's share. And then I have another person that's identifying other kinds of leaders. So basically, I'm going to be approaching them basically the same way. Say, come on, let's share. Let's come up with ways to be more visible, so that the whole tradition can see the whole tradition as a wonderful thing. Not because sometimes that some folks can be just working uh, on one focus, and then because they get so busy, or I get it, I really get it, but sometimes we just need to lift our heads up and look around at the field and go, oh, there's other people doing things wonderful. They're not doing exactly what I'm doing, and that's cool. So let's like acknowledge each other and communicate more with each other. So that kind of thing will start showing itself. And yes, I know it'll probably take several months to really make sure I have a good lay of the land before things starts percolating, and everybody will see. Well, obviously, that's what I'm talking about, being visible. Like, yeah.
Okay. And Lady Liz says, blessed evening to you both, Chancellor Steph and Reverend Mary, and blessed evening, Lady Liz. Mary Calvacante says she is loving World Walkers and the Correllian Shaman training.
Oh, thank you.
And Janet Gann says she's from Danville. Ardelia May says she sees this less as a religion, but more as sacred family. She
Aww.
doesn't really have her physical family, but my spiritual family is amazing. I love you all.
Oh.
Arlene wants to know if you will have a weekly chat similar to Lord Don.
Oh, I didn't think about that yet, because I know Chancellor. See, once again, I'm saying it again. Lord Don is going to continue to do his weekly chat. He said he's going to not call it the Chancellor's chat. He's going to be calling it something. I'm not sure what he's going to be calling it, but he is going to continue having that. So everyone's not going to miss out on that. And as for me also doing one, I don't know. At least not right now. Okay. I guess if I see like some kind of interest, then that does sound fun. Uh, but right now I'm too busy. I tell you, that sounds so bad.
Okay, and Mary Cavalcante says, I am so thankful I found Lord Don in the Correllian tradition. I feel this is the path I was meant to take. Janet Gann says it is a fun tradition as shown by Lady Bitterwind. And Ardeline May says it's always about the journey, not the destination. We get to where we need to go with the help of each other. It's
Yes,
truly a blessing.
yes.
And Lady Ebony says, evening, lovely Lady Steph and my sis Mary. And good evening to you, Lady Ebony.
Yes.
Atlanta lost us, but is back. And Ardelia May is congratulating it, Lady Ebony, and Arlene says understandable. And we're caught up with chat.
All
For
right.
now.
Yes.
And so I was going to ask you what you had planned, if you had plans for the future of the tradition, but you've really been talking about bringing everyone together and acknowledging each other and our strengths and our contributions, which
And that's
I
much more well
love
said.
that.
Oh, well, thank you. And you said it much better than I did. Yes. Yes.
So, is there anything else you want to tell us?
Well, all I can say at this point is that I will need all your prayers. Everyone, that would be very nice. And that all I can say is that I will just give my whole heart.
So. I don't think you've ever done anything you didn't give your whole heart to, Lady Steph.
Oh, that's so sweet of you. Well, I can say the same thing about you, Reverend Mary.
And Atalanta says you're going to do fantastic.
Thank you.
And Kathy Dragoni asked, what is your favorite candle color so I can light one for you?
Oh, gee. Well, I guess blue. Yes, I know it's boring, but I love blue.
It's not boring. I mean,
being a sea priestess. I mean, like, come on. Why can't I say something like, I don't know, a brown? But no. Well, I like brown.
She says, light blue or dark blue?
Ooh, I guess light blue.
Okay.
Thank you for that.
All right. Well, I want to thank you so much for joining me this evening. And I do want to remind everyone to please check out our Kickstarter at witchstarter.com. We have some wonderful perks for you. We have a ticket to our great expo and the concert of the gods that will be August 19th, coming to you from Chicago right after the Parliament of World's Religions. We have swag bags with a great swag, and we have consultations with several of the Pagan World TV show hosts. So please check us out. We do need your help to fund our second seasons. And Anna Lana is sharing that blue candles not only the symbol of tranquility and peace, but they also attract positive energy. And one last question from Ardelia May. Lady Steph, where do you see which school in the traditions trainings going from here? Any hopes or aspirations or goals?
We sure do. Let me just put it that way. We've already been in discussion about different changes we would like to see, but if I say something, they'll kill me.
Okay. So it sounds like we're going to have to do another interview when you're ready to make a big announcement about which school.
And I'm just kidding. No one's going to kill me. I'm just kidding. But it's when it's something in the talking stages, it's
yes. Okay, and I'm being reminded you can find our Kickstarter at witchstarter.com. That's witchstarter.com, and we do appreciate your support. And Reverend Steph, would you close us out with a blessing, please?
I sure will. Tonight, I pour forth the blessings of water upon each soul that has heard our voices and seen our faces. And as we have connected to you through your voices, your texts, your energies, your good energy and thoughts towards the tradition, I send hope and place it within each one of your hearts, knowing that you are already formed from hope. I send all my love to each of you that were formed from the very beginning from love. And we thank you, Goddess, and we thank you, God, and we thank you, beloved ancestors.
So mote it be.
So mote it be.
All right, everyone, thank you so much for joining us for the daily spell tonight. Please join us tomorrow night as Sir Ed has a major, very exciting announcement about Pagan World. So please join us again at the same time. And everyone, have a great rest of your evening and blessed be.